Hello, my friends. Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. This is Jennifer. You can see I got the other two quilts that I quilted bound. This was the Kingdom Hearts one that these were leftover blocks from Jeannie. She sent me a ton of blocks and she let me use some of them for a quilt for my son last year. And then this is what was left from that set. And I just paired them with, these were just layer cakes, just to make it fit. I did cut the top two ones down. You can probably see that. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Very happy, just bright colors. And if a kiddo gets this and they know what this is, I think they'll be very excited about it. The one on this side, these were both BFF retreat tops, by the way, from 2022. So this one, if I remember correctly, I believe this was just leftovers from everything else I had done, plus 8.5-inch squares. I think I trimmed everything down to 8.5 inches because there are a couple that are missing points. So this is the one that I did the meander with the swirls. And this one is the one that was just swirls. And I'll show you guys the backs here. The back for the Kingdom Hearts quilt is like a chevron. I think I just had yardage of it. I pulled this fabric probably 8 months ago, so I don't really remember what the plan was there, but I was really happy with it. The other quilt, I was amused and delighted to see that it was the same fabric that I recently made for my eldest child's KitchenAid cover. I had yardage of that. I'm almost 100% sure that came from Sarah in Houston. She gave me a ton of fabric last year, and I still have some of that left. So we'll go from cats to cats. Sometime in the last couple months, Joel showed you the placemat that she made for future retreats. So when we were together in 2022 for retreat at my house, I mentioned that I thought we needed placemats, and I had bought some placemat forms and gave her one, kept one, and I actually didn't do that till this year. But anyway, we had talked about it, and later I found the placemat forms. And I had bought this crazy cat fabric when I visited Amber in Illinois last year, and I specifically bought it for a BFF challenge, like at retreat. I didn't know what it would be, but I knew I was about to have retreat. So I made mine this weekend. And here's the back with all of the crazy rainbow cats. These are more neon than anything, but these crazy cats. And then the front is, it's all pieced. I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back, earlier this year, I was just piecing 2.5-inch squares. There was no plan. I was just making blocks. So I pieced two of those blocks together and then just made it a little bigger so it would fit. And this is just store-bought bias. I would have loved to do teal or red on this because that's been my theme this year, but I had green, so I used green. So the next time we have retreat, the idea is that this gives you a place to eat next to your sewing machine so you can protect whatever you're working on there. So after having a very lovely Thanksgiving with my family, I spent some time on the weekend working on Christmas cards. We don't usually do anything Christmassy until after my youngest's birthday, which is next week. Actually this weekend. Once that goes, then we go full on holiday spirit. So I was trying to kind of get going a little bit. I don't send a lot of Christmas cards. I used to send like over 100. I would sit down the beginning of December and send them to literally everyone in my address book. I stopped doing that because I would get like 20 back. And so now what I do is if I get a card, I send a card. Very simple. My kids are grown. I'm not sending pictures out to relatives anymore. So if I get a card, I send a card. But since I'm doing that, I want them to be special. So I spent some time in the Cricut design space, turning some of my old designs into card designs. So both of these came from a gift bag that I made over 20 years ago. I looked it up. I was 23 years ago. I made these gift bags for all of the kids in the family. They were originally hand cut, made out of felt. And then some years later, I did tutorials for Sewhook. So you can find the applique patterns for these on Sewhook. I'll put a link in the description. So the first one I did was a Rudolph, and this is, as I said, an applique pattern that I hand drew years and years ago and later digitized to share it as a tutorial. So you have like his little head, and the ears are two pieces, little antlers, 2-piece eyes. and I used some glitter for his nose. This is entirely paper. All of this paper except for the eyes, the white part of the eyes and the glitter, all of it came from Austin Creative Reuse. I bought some holiday themed scrapbook paper when Jules was here when we did our thrift store crawl. And yeah, so the white was just white cardstock, and then this was Cricut glitter paper. I did a variety of Rudolphs. All the Rudolphs are the same. The backgrounds are different. So I did several Rudolphs. The back has handmade for you by me, and I did this all on my Cricut, and none of this is handwritten, but it's all from me. I'm trying to figure out how to share these. Cricut does not let you share. Like, I can post it so you can see it, but if I do that, you can't make it. And I think it's because unless you use all the designs from their stuff, they don't let you make it. So if I can figure out how to make all these shapes using the Cricut shapes, then I will share this one. I think this one might be a little tricky. The next one might actually work. So the second one I made was way easier to make. I made it out of vinyl, which went so much faster than gluing all those pieces down. And I did a little Santa, and he's based on my Smiling Santa gift bag. He is, like I said, entirely vinyl. Had a lot of fun with him. Way easier. I only made two because I had been working on Rudolph for hours by the time I did this. Again, this was entirely my design. This one I think I can probably convert so other people can make it in Cricut. I just need to figure out his face shape because I did everything else in the software. So I will do that, and then if I can, I'll share it. I used a message that was already in Design Space just because I thought it was pretty and it was easy and it worked holly jolly with my Santa. And I did the same on the back. So very productive last week. I did most of this over the weekend just because it was a 4-day weekend for my family and we didn't really go anywhere. And so I just, while my husband was watching college football, I just stayed in my sewing room and did stuff in here. I hope you guys had a really wonderful week. I hope you got to see and hug people you loved last week. And if not, maybe that'll happen soon. So if you would like to join us on Talk to Me Tuesday, we would love to have you. There's a link in the description as to how to participate. Super easy. Post a video on YouTube, share it to our WordPress community. And we only do that just because it makes it way easier for each of us who were in the Talk to Me Tuesday community to find each other. But it also makes it available to wider audiences, which is really fun for me. So anyway, leave a comment, like, subscribe, join us on Talk to Me Tuesday. Have a wonderful week. Have a crafty week. I'll see you next week. Bye.